Welcome to Lunch Break Tarot. I'm Jolene, and if this video has found you, there's a message in it you're supposed to hear at this time, big or small. So trust the timing. And when something I say resonates, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Let's get on with your reading. Firstly, you have the Hanged Man, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so I will have to clarify to get more out of them, but first impressions is either yourself or someone else is reflecting because they feel like they want to make a decision, and at the end of it they are going to make a decision. This is, if this is you, then you might not even know you're about to make a decision. So flip it, take it however it applies. If you don't particularly feel like you're weighing your options, because I also did see the Two of Pentacles when I was checking to see if the old cards I put up, if I was putting them in upside down, I saw the Two of Pentacles. So there does seem to be like a weighing of options. So if that's not you, that is someone coming towards you with a little, I mean, it might be something small, but it's coming up. So I guess it's coming up to let you know to be prepared. It could be anything like, hey, do you still have my AirPods, with the Page of Pentacles? Or it might be, hey, do you want to go get coffee tonight? Something like that. Or today, this morning. Who knows what time it is. All right, let's see. What else do we got? We've got the Six of Pentacles and the Star. So the Six of Pentacles is whoever it is that's coming in. They are looking to restore, like, I guess, return a favor or tip the scales somehow to, I don't know, make things feel more balanced. But we also have the Star here. So it looks like this might be something that you've been wishing for, that you're thinking about. So that's really exciting. That's good enough for like our first row. So I'm going to go ahead and just start clarifying. So clarify the Hanged Man. And then if it takes a while to pull cards, then I will fill it with just things I've been kicking about. It was the eclipse yesterday. I definitely had some crazy stuff internally. My transformation has been internal for the most part, and it has been really interesting to me. I have autism, and so I know I'm a person, I know I'm a self, but a lot of times I just feel like I'm watching myself, like watching this organism that I happen to be inhabiting. I don't know. Anyway, clarify the Hanged Man. I know that didn't make any sense, but it's context because there's something else I wanted to share and it's involved, but we'll see if I do or not. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups. So someone, I'm just going to give the first perspective that comes to me, and then we'll see if I have the bandwidth to give different perspectives. But someone, I think you offered someone something in the past, and they feel like they have to turn it down for some reason, but they're not happy about it. They're not happy about turning it down. And then we have the Justice card. So that's so wild. Like when I hold the cards and I get a feeling for what it's going to say before I even see all the cards. And the Justice following that is that very feeling. It's because otherwise the Four of Cups wouldn't be like, why would it be that? Like, why are they unhappy that they turned it down? Well, it's because of the Justice card. I didn't see it, but I felt it. Anyway, yeah, I think I covered that. Anyway, we have the Seven of Swords and we have the Four of Wands. So whatever it is that you offered them, that they feel like their hands are tied, like they probably tried to lead you on in some way with what you wanted, which is Four of Wands, and they're out of options now because I would assume this situation has played itself out with the eclipse. has played itself out to such a degree, and they're not like, they have unconsciousness that has been hurting you, but they're not such a terrible person that they are going to like wring you out dry. Like they know they know that leading you on has not been fair to you, as much as they would like to keep doing their old shenanigans in order to get their needs met. Justice card, that's not being permitted for one reason or another, and they know it. And I feel like since this is clarifying the Hanged Man, that they have some like restraint, some self-control in that. So it's not entirely like the universe that's with that's keeping them from playing out their worst unconsciousness. It is a little bit that they are having some self-restraint because they know it's wrong. Clarify the Two of Wands. Been listening to Role Model a lot. His new album, so country. He seems avoidant to me. I still think he has so much riz, and I'm so happy for him, for his success. Oh, did that come out upside down? I think it did. This is the Nine of Pentacles, reversed, and so that's clarifying the Two of Wands. Yeah, I do think whoever you're dealing with is exercising self-control because they don't want to disrupt your life. Like they see the independence that you've gained and they don't want to, like they know their old stuff would keep you from standing on your own 2 feet, which is interesting. That's I don't know. Growth is growth, I guess. It's a low bar, it would seem. Ugh, I just saw the lovers too. All right. Clarify the Page of Pentacles, as it looks like somebody's reaching out for something. Are you reaching out to them? Are they reaching out to you? It's a message. To the text. Seems like it's a text, probably. Yeah, it might be just with it being a pentacle, some type of support, small support. It's a gesture. Clarify Page of Pentacles. Right? Ace of Wands. And for some of you, it's a what are you doing in the middle of the night? Because it's the Ace of Wands. So yeah, it's definitely like a bid to stoke the old flame. Booty call for some of you, not all of you, obviously. For some others of you, it is just their, I don't know, it seems like some type of, the communication is that they want to have some type of passionate new beginning with you. At first, I was thinking the Queen of Swords is how you're going to respond to it. That's what I felt. So, but then part of me was like, maybe it's not that. I mean, yeah, it does seem like they're going to reach out, be passionate and intense, and you're going to be like, heard it all before. No thanks. But if they're the Queen of Swords, that's confusing, because how can you be passionate and want to have a new beginning and then basically want to cut ties at the same time, because that's the Queen of Swords. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that makes more sense as I clarify the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so clarifying the Six of Pentacles, we've got the Four of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. So they've been thinking, they've been doing some thinking. They miss you and your empathy and how regulated they feel in your presence. And they are presenting themselves as a suitor. Like they are saying they are willing to go the distance. I'm hearing that role model song. It is stuck in my head already, but it's um, something I'd like to surrender to something other than a bartender, and then it's something like I'd love to take you home and love you long steady. Like it feels like that. It feels like that. Something like that. So like they're having bachelor vibes in not a good way. They don't like it. They miss having someone at their beck and call who freaking loves them and puts up with all their bullshit. So this could be what that is stemming from. Like they might, so the Six of Pentacles is them trying, this is them trying to pull on your heartstrings again. I don't know. We'll see. We do have the Star, so I'm really curious because the Star is a good thing. It is, yeah, it's a lot of hope and healing after a pretty devastating time. But the devastation is in the past. This is the upswing. And it's like wishes coming true too, like in your darkest hour. It's like the miracle that finally arrives and saves the day. Like it's always darkest before the dawn type of thing. This is the dawn. Clarify the Star. Yeah, and I'll clarify that Queen of Wands or Queen of Swords too before it's all done with. Clarify the Star. The Death card. Okay, I was getting the Star or the Queen of Swords too while I was shuffling. And this is the thing that I wanted to tell you before I ruined it with me having autism. But last night, I knew this would make me feel this way, but I watched it anyway. I saw a video of a iceberg that like a massive iceberg filmed in 4K, sped up and slowed down just to kind of give you an idea of, and also I think it was one of those places where it's daytime for several months in a row because with it being sped up to the degree it was, the daylight never changed. The sun never changed its position. It was like a marvel to behold. But whenever I see big, terrifying things like that, like you would not want to be on that iceberg. It was like, it wasn't the size of a continent, but it was like the size of a mountain. And it was just turning over like a rubber ducky in a bathtub. But when it's an iceberg or a mountain, you're like a speck. Do you want to be a speck near a rubber ducky that's floating in a bathtub? Like you're very vulnerable in that case. Anyway, it it it's a feeling, it's a void. It makes me confront the feeling of, it's like just a terrifying void of how big everything is and how tiny we are and how ultimately powerless and helpless we are. And I have, I'm on the like the Queen of Swords. We've talked about this if you watch my other videos. she went through grief before she became as assertive, as strict with her boundaries and her words, as sharp with her words as she is. She went through a lot of grief. And it's really hard to put all of this into words, but there's grief that's like nostalgia, like remembering that you used to eat McChickens with your ex, for an example. I used to have a friend in my teens that went through a terrible breakup, and she like went through the type of breakup where she was like throwing up from stress over it. And one of the things that like really got her in grief mode was they used to eat McChickens every day, and that was something that really made her super devastated. Well, this is something different. This is existential grief, like realizing how small you are and wanting to anchor yourself to wanting to know you belong somewhere in order to feel secure. And a lot of times that's a person. And with this eclipse, like this Queen of Swords is coming out right now with this Ace of Wands as like a truth. I know I'm getting really abstract, but this death card is that feeling like there's some kind of structure within you that you've built your identity on, and it could have been you took a lot of identity in a relationship or a role. We did have the lovers there for a second. It's so like weird too because it like popped up and then it didn't actually come out, so it's just like it's like it's like reminiscent of that, but it's like you can't hold it. It's not really there. It's like remember what this was like. Okay, bye. See you later. Um, this is big. This death thing is like identity. So whatever. I know this got like way bigger picture than how it started out with someone texting you for a booty call. But just to recap, we'll see if I can bring this home, land this plane. We had the Hanged Man, and that is whoever you're dealing with had to turn down your offer of love. You you were probably putting up with so much crap because you it was more than just like being attached to someone. It was existential terror that this person you clung to this person in order to avoid facing the void. Anyway, they turned down your offer for love because it's like the breadcrumb dynamic. Um, and whenever you're like super pursuing an avoidant, they're peak avoidant, and you're not pursuing them now, and they're just sitting there. It's like the ball is in their metaphorical court, and normally it would be their time to act, but they're not. They're Hanged Man. They can't act right now because the Justice card, like they're for one reason or another, and it's probably them actually growing and being a less self-focused person. Um, but they're not doing their same old rigmarole of leading you on with the promise of the commitment that you want family. It's pretty serious. Um, there are other ways to take this, but like I said, I'm just sticking with the most interesting one because it's complicated enough. Anyway, so they are feeling like the time is now to make a decision, but they know that they could risk ruining your life pretty much, or at least making like creating a huge setback for you. And so they actually, very big of them, they're having a pause for that. But it does look like they're going to reach out with some type of gesture. Yeah, this one is tricky for me because of the queen. I do. I feel like they're going to say a lot of their old stuff like, oh, I really wish we could be together, blah, blah, blah. But there's something in it that you're going to hear that is like the opposite. Because one of these things is go, like, let's go, let's go. And this one is, I'm never going to give you what you want. Like, this one is, I want you. And this one is, I don't want you. So that's the Page of Pentacles. That's the message. It's a huge, small message of, I want you and I don't want you. Something like that. That's why it was confusing. Okay, I'm proud of myself. No wonder that was challenging. Okay, and then, but then they try to like give you a bigger breadcrumb because they miss you. So they might be offering commitment with the Knight of Pentacles or whatever your level of breadcrumb is that would pull you back in so they can. I mean, I was just thinking good nookie, but that's, I don't know, crude, but whatever. I was thinking it. Not entirely my personality either. And then the star, I don't need to pull any more out because we're bringing this home. 21 minutes. Okay. So this looks weird because it's like this is hope and this is death of hope. But it's not bad. It is you finally facing the void without whatever you used to cling to. This death card, and it's Pluto too, and it's an eclipse, and Pluto takes from you your what you believe you need when you don't actually need it, but you like really, really think you do. Pluto during an eclipse will let you know what you don't need. And it could be an 18-year relationship that you built your whole freaking life around. It's massive. But if you were living a lie, it's better to know. In a humane way. It took me, that's just how long it took me to be ready to learn the lesson. But that's just for an example. You're going through your similar identity. The iceberg is identity, and it's flipping. It's rolling over. Okay, I hope that that was interesting or something. If something I said resonated, let me know by liking and subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.